Hello everybody, happy Tuesday, I hope you're doing very well, and it's the final episode of this mini little M&M Direct haul that we've been looking at least until the next time I make a purchase from them. And this time it's a club and a shirt that there is a higher chance that you'll be familiar with, though don't be too upset if you aren't, because at the end of the day, it is still African football, and when you're based in Europe, it is still kind of a little bit of an afterthought, rightly or wrongly. So we still have this giant bag, which makes it look even more ridiculous now considering there's just the one in here. But if we pull it out, hopefully it is the one that I ordered. It is. There we go. So we can finally get rid of that thing. Now then, let's start with this side. There we go. So it is blue. Always a good start. We turn it around. There we go. Now, maybe, I suspect at least one of you will be very familiar with this team. But other than that, it is always an opportunity to learn. So I can feel some other paper in here somewhere. There we go. And we shall start at the back, as we always do. And there we go. Entirely blue. But it does have these yellow trims that run around the neckline there. But other than that, it's plain, not even a team name on the back of the neck. Let's hope that there's something on the front. It is looking like that. So there is a little bit of a design there, so it definitely stands out. It's not purely a blue design. It's not too bad actually, is it, to be honest? There we go. So if anybody does recognise it, well done, thumbs up. But if not, fear not, I shall come back to you with some information, as always, about the club and the shirt. Okay then, so there is the shirt, the third and final African club that I've added from this mini haul. But who is the team? It is Cape Town City FC, and it's their home shirt from this season, 2022-2023, bought from M&M Direct, obviously, and it was £19.99. Naturally and unfortunately, yes, what again? There are none available in stock. A tip maybe would be to look for eBay or Depop or whatever social media that you are involved with. People will be either picking them up because they're cheap and they think, oh, it's a nice one to add to my collection, and then at some point decide that they want to sell it for whatever reason, or people buy them cheap hoping that they can flip them for money and realize it isn't actually that easy to do so. So there'll be some popping up at some point, but it might be some time. When it comes to the club, they were founded in 2016. They're a relatively young club in that instance, and they play in the top division in the Premier League. Now, at the time of recording, they sit in 5th place, which is not too bad, but considering last season, they actually finished runners-up, though quite a bit of distance behind Mamelodi Sundowns, who are one of the better teams in the entire continent of Africa. In fact, that's one of the clubs that I would like to add to my collection, well, at some point, because yeah, they are one of the better teams. When it comes to league titles, they've never won one, partly because they're so young and partly because Mamelodi Sundowns just seem to win the league every single year. They do have some rivals though, which is Cape Town Spurs, though you may be more familiar with them being called Ajax Cape Town. Cape Town Spurs was the name before Ajax got involved. Now, of course, naturally, it is an Umbro shirt, like all the other M&M stuff that I've shown you, and it follows the same sort of pattern. The material is actually not too bad, similar to the first shirt I just showed you. Everything here is embroidered, and that has been screen printed on the front. Now, it does have this sort of wavy graphic, which is interesting. I'm not really sure if it stands to mean anything specifically, but I do like the idea that this crest should almost be in here, but it's not quite there. It's almost like they've mismeasured it ever so slightly. If you're just a little bit higher, it would have worked out. I think the graphics online may have suggested it would have been in there, but I suppose it's one of those things. Once you start printing it, you think, well, it's too late now. When it comes to the rest of the shirt, there's not really anything else to talk about. It's a pretty plain one. Other than that, you have this sort of yellow band running around the collar, which there was a little bit of an uproar, shall we say, from the fans. When it comes to the club's home shirts, typically they would have like a yellow band, a horizontal stripe that runs across the front there, and it seems to be sort of part of the club's identity. And of course, this one is without that. It does, however, have it sort of around the collar, but if you have a small little identity and you're a young club, you want to develop something. I can understand why some of the fans would have been a little bit frustrated from that one. when it comes to the shirts that I've seen previously, yes, they've had some home shirts which have had some interesting designs, but it was actually the away shirt from last season, I believe, which had sort of interesting, colourful sleeves and sort of shoulder sections. That was one that I was really keen on. I've not seen it actually, obviously, for sale anywhere at M&M Direct, and I don't really want to pay the price to get it imported in when, you know, this one cost £20. But that one was a nice little shirt. But that is it, really. I mean, we've got to the end of this little parcel. We've had 3 very interesting shirts, 3 countries that are not easy to find, and 3 clubs that are very, very cool. So yeah, I think if I put up all the images now, somewhere, which one do you reckon is the best one? So if I think about it, possibly the one that I got from Sierra Leone, the Johansson. That one had the better design, I think, maybe you would say. But they're all unique in their own right and way. When it comes to Friday's video, I do have some shirts. I'm not lacking for that. I think I might go for something different, a little bit special. Something that I've had for a while, obviously. What a surprise. And yes, I think it's about time I get one of those up. And so we've gone from one extreme to possibly the other. So I hope you have a great week ahead, as always. You know, thank you for watching my videos. And I will see you on Friday for whatever shirt I decide. Goodbye.